We're going to show you the perfect solution if you're running an oversized tire on the back of your JL Wrangler. If you're running a larger size wheel and tire on the back of your JL and want to maintain visibility of your third brake light, today we're going to be installing this Mopar third brake light relocation bracket onto our 2018 Jeep JL Wrangler. This third brake light relocation bracket features everything you need to get your factory third brake light into the center of your wheel and tire. It features a durable aluminum construction with the extended lug nuts, allowing you to bolt it right up in the center of your tire. This bracket won't interfere with your reverse camera and also features a cool little cutout on the back of the signature Jeep grille. With that being said, let's get it installed. Tools you need for this installation: 1/4 inch ratchet, T25 Torx bit, T45 Torx bit, medium length extension, 1/2 inch ratchet, and a 22mm socket. Before you start this installation, make sure to disconnect your battery cables, both positive and negative. After you do that, we're going to start by removing our spare tire. There's going to be 7 Torx screws around the outside of this chimsel here. You're going to pull those off and set them aside. Then pop the back part of the bracket off. This part of the third brake light is what we're going to be relocating. There's 2 T25 Torx screws on the back. Let's get those pulled off, then we can get this connection removed. Make sure you retain these screws as you will be reusing them. On the back side of the third brake light, you can now push in the tab, pull your connection apart, set this aside for later. This top part of the third brake light, where we just pulled it off, you're not going to reuse it. You can set it aside. The next step is going to be to put the tire back on to our tire carrier. Use the included extended lug nuts with the threaded end, and you're going to put those 2 at the top. Then we're going to use one of our previous lug nuts for the bottom. The included lug nuts are going to use a 22mm socket to get them tight. And then our aftermarket lug nut here is going to use a 19mm socket. We're going to feed the wire through our spoke here. Different wheels, you're going to feed them through differently. I like to go through at the top. Once you have it through, we're going to put this rubber O-ring over the connection, and this will go into the back of the bracket we're going to be installing. There you go. So now you're going to grab the bracket where the third brake light goes, and I have it in this manner, in this orientation. You're going to take the wire and come through the back. There's a hole there. And then right up through the center. This O-ring is going to go on the back there, and you can't really see it right now, but I'll show you when it's done. It's just going to sit in there and protect it from rubbing. As you can see, it's completely seated. It's going to protect the wires from rubbing on the metal. Just give it a nice clean look. Now we can take these 2 Torx bolts and thread them into the lug nuts. And you actually go from the outside. The little headlight cutout on this grill is where you put your socket through. Just get them started by hand, then come back with a ratchet. The next step is going to be to attach your third brake light. What I'm going to do first is reattach the electrical connection on the back. Take off those 2 screws that you set aside, and there's actually keyed holes right here where they're going to set into. Get them into place, and then we're going to come up from underneath. There's 2 other holes where we're going to get the factory screws back into the brake light. So what we're going to do is start the screws by hand because they won't fit through this bottom hole. The tool will, however, just get them started by hand, then you can come up through and tighten them up. They're going to use the same T25 Torx bit to get them tightened up. You don't have to go overly tight on there, it's only holding on the plastic bracket. After you have both sides tightened up, go ahead and put your lock back over your camera. And lock it down with the T40. Once you have all the front buttoned up, we're going to move on to the rear and use the included wire clips This will tuck the factory wiring nice and out of the way. After you have that done, go up front and reconnect your battery, and your installation is complete. Well, we just wrapped up this Mopar third brake light relocation bracket on our brand new JL Wrangler. This is a really great kit that allows you to mount the third brake light in the center of your wheel and tire instead of trying to raise it up really high once you put on larger tires. We do have a 35-inch on here and it fits perfectly. It really gives it a great clean look. Plus, it only takes about 30 minutes to get installed. Now you can find this as well as many other great parts for your JL right here at cjponyparts.com.